Am I coming through loud and clear? Well, that could be a good thing or it could be a bad one. I don't know. But we're glad we're here. I lost my wedding ring, and I don't know where I lost it. Of course, if I did, I'd go pick it up. But I think I had it on this morning. And if you happen to see it or find it or something, why, pick it up, bring it back to me, and no reward. You just give me my ring back. No. But I've had that for a long time. I lost one once before. Got that one way many years ago. And what it represents is a little older than what the ring was. But I still got her, so I'm all right. Didn't lose her. Don't forget that next Sunday night is youth night. And I know they'll have something good for us. And also over at Moorhead Civic Center, as it's called, that will be January the 30th. It's on the bulletin board. I put one out there. So if you, yeah. I took my ear thing out because it bothers me. So look on the bulletin board. I put one out there, and if you want to go, Calvin Ray Evans, and Brian Bear, and that other feller, Mike Blanton. I know that you like to hear them all. I wouldn't mind having one of them here tonight, to tell you the truth. But we appreciate Adam and James Hickerson. He's going to be here Wednesday night for our missionary service, preaching to us. So come out and be in that. And God bless you all. Appreciate you so much. And I'm going to read tonight from whatever's up on the board there. It would be Proverbs 28th chapter and the 26th verse. Am I right? I hope so. And I'll not hold you long. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool. Yet whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. That's pretty good advice, you know. He that walketh in his own ways, in his own wisdom, he's a fool. There's nobody on the face of the earth can make it through this world like you're supposed to make it through this world without listening to God. All of our instructions are in this book that lies before me, and if we follow those in our life, we'll have a road of wisdom that we can follow. There's nothing greater than wisdom. Now, there's plenty of smart people. I mean, really smart, but they don't have wisdom, because wisdom comes from God. You say, preacher, how do I get that wisdom? If you lack wisdom, ask of God, who giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not. So don't jump in and try to take it unto yourself. First, consult God, no matter how good it looks on the outside, and find out whether or not it's a wise thing to do. There's some people in the Bible thought they were pretty wise, and God had blessed them, and you'd think they'd know better. But they grew up, and somehow everything was going so good for them, and I guess they had everything at their fingertips. Maybe they kind of got lax and forgot to thank God for what they had. But there came a little spell in their life, and these folks I'm talking about tonight, that they thought they could do it without the Lord. They thought, I can do one thing and get away with it. The first two that thought that, and the first man that thought it, was the man that God made and gave him a helpmate. God had everything. God told them everything to do, everything not to do. And forever they could have lived in paradise, but they thought by listening to another voice. Now, you know there's more than one voice in this world. And you know there's a voice that says right things, and there's a voice that says the wrong things. It pays to spend time with the Lord and in the Bible. When that somebody is telling you wrong doctrine, they're telling you a deal that's wrong, they're telling you anything that's going to lead you away from the church of the living God, that's the wrong direction to go. But if you'll walk with God and walk wisely, God will lead you through that, And it may look like the road is not right. It may look like it's not going to come to anything. It may look like maybe that looks so pretty, that looks so beautiful. Maybe I should go that way. But when you know down in your heart that God will take care of you wherever you go, if you'll follow him, that's the way to go. It may look like sometimes to test your faith that you're going in the wrong direction. But when that serpent came into the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve walked and talked with God in the cool of the evening, and they had a way to go. They were wise for a while. Don't know how long that they walked with him and everything. I've seen people listen to God and walk with him when they were poor and hungry and didn't have anything, and they were just right to church every service. They were right at the feet of God, and everything happened, and then God would begin to bless them with a job or money, and they kept getting the Lord more money and a little better house, a little better car, so on and so forth, and pretty soon they started making unwise decisions. They started using that stuff in the place of serving God. Now, when you do that, that's going to lead you down a road that's going to destroy you. And I don't care if it's me or who does it, God calls it a foolish move. And it will prove out every time to be a foolish move. Make sure that the one that you marry is the one that God gave you. Make sure the house that you buy is the one that God said gave you. Now, God will do that for you. I mean, my life, I've bought things, I prayed about it, and I remember one time I wanted a car so bad, it looked so beautiful to me, and I'm telling you, it was, it's something else. And somehow the price was too high that God tried to tell me. He tried to get me away from it. Somebody told me, you don't want that big old car. Brand new as a Chrysler Newport way back in the day. I had gone in debt for it and everything. And so I didn't pray a whole lot about it. And I didn't listen to a whole lot about it. But I wanted that car. So finally it went on. It's too much money. I couldn't buy it, but I wanted it, had my mind set on it. And lo and behold, if Vincent Eldridge didn't call me up one afternoon and said they gave us a big deal, a big break on that car, and I can sell it to you for so many $1,000 less. That brought it right on down to what I could handle. But brother, the day I got in that car, it was a piece of junk, and the day I traded it off, it was a piece of junk, and I kept it 2 years. The radiator would get hot. We didn't know why. They'd work on it. They didn't know why. I was going to Florida. In Tennessee, it went hot on us. We pulled off a road, the 75, to a place, and it was boiling over. And that's the kind of trouble I had. You may drive it for 3 weeks, nothing. Then all of a sudden it'd get hot. And I put up with that for 2 weeks. And brother, I learned my lesson that if whatever I buy again, if it's a Model T Ford, and God says that's the one I want you to have, that's the one I'm going to get. And so it takes me a long time sometimes to make a change because I want to make sure that that's the one God wants me to have. And do you know what? I have never had a lemon since. Everything I've bought has lasted me. I put 100,000 miles on about all of them. Not all of them, about all of them, but they've lasted me. You know why? Because I talk to God before I do those things. There's times when it looked like that Midge and I were talking here a while back.